So a while back, someone reached out to me and asked me to make a video about lying. And I was like, okay, I could do that. So you know who you are, and this video is for you. Often when we play a game of truth or dare, and we're given those choices, we choose truth because we think it's the easier choice. It's better than being dared to do something crazy. But when all of your friends come up with the question to ask you, it's often very personal and embarrassing. But because it's a game of truth or dare, you are forced to tell the absolute truth. Well, my entire life has turned into a game of truth or dare because I can't lie. Actually, I don't want to lie. I need to tell the truth because I am the law of attraction on crack. So universal energies respond to my free will decisions. And if I make the free will decision to lie, I attract darkness to myself. So it is my highest good and in my best interest to tell the truth in any given situation. That said, if someone were to sit me down and interview me, it would be one heck of an acid trip because I don't lie. I don't lie to spare people's feelings. I don't exaggerate. I won't sugarcoat things. I won't make things up. I won't tell stories that aren't true. I won't lie. I will tell the absolute truth. So the interviewer will get absolute honesty from me. So at the same time, oftentimes in an interview, the questions have ill intent behind them. That person is actually speaking for the dark and just trying to cause drama or stir the pot or purposely upset people. In that case, if you are just trying to cause drama and the purpose of the question is negative and there's absolutely no reason to answer it, I do not have to answer that question. I can just refuse to answer that question. So just because somebody asks me a question doesn't mean I have to answer it, especially if there's ill intent behind it. If the purpose of the question is to, get to know me better or teach, inspire, motivate people, or do something positive, then I'll answer it. So it goes both ways. I have to tell the truth, but then I don't have to answer everything either. I was watching an interview the other day with Andy Cohen, Watch What Happens Live, and he was interviewing the Vanderpump Rules cast. And I was like, wow, these questions are just absolutely horrible. And they even joked about it. They turned the interview around and started asking Andy Cohen difficult questions. And they said, see, now you know how it feels. The questions you ask us are terrible. So now we're going to turn it around on you. And they were trying to put him in their shoes. So that was interesting to watch because I'm like, yeah, the questions that you are asked are meant to cause drama. And they're from the dark. There's absolutely no good that can come from it. Oh, so-and-so, got into an accident or whatever. Do you feel like she deserved it? It's like, what? Yeah, not good. So if I am not aligned with the truth, I feel very vulnerable and I become concerned. So I have become very much a Girl Scout about the truth in absolutely any given situation. I was reading this article. It was like this woman giving advice about etiquette in a magazine. And somebody was asking, she threw a dinner party for a bunch of adults in the neighborhood. And then after the dinner party was over, one of them kept inviting all of her children over to, take all the leftovers. And so the woman was asking the etiquette staffer, how do I handle that? What do I say? Because I would have liked to have enjoyed the leftovers myself. I slaved over this big dinner. The dinner party was for the adults, not the kids. And so I never have any leftovers when I really could have used them for the rest of the week for me and my family. And I was sitting there reading that, and I was like, wow. I'm like, I wouldn't have done that at all. I wouldn't have even worried about it. I would have sat there and said, dude, it's not a buffet. Are you serious? Do I get any leftovers? I guess I would have been more bold. And if the kids were running and grabbing stuff, I'd be like, dude, no, this is not a buffet. Or I don't know, at least pull the person aside after and say, I'm sorry, that's those are leftovers that we could have. That was a really complicated dish or whatever. the other side supports that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The other side supports authenticity. It supports you being real in the moment. If you're annoyed with something, speak up, react, just be yourself and speak your truth, because it's not like you're being rude or putting people off. You're being authentic and real. And so if they're put off by you, maybe they're not an energetic match for you in your soul, but it's like you want your friends to kind of know where they stand with you. So, I mean, the other side feels like being authentic and real is more honest, just more honest as opposed to walking on eggshells around the person or trying to edit yourself and just not being yourself. Sometimes the advice is just keep your mouth shut, and okay, fine. If you feel like it's not worth it and you want to pick your battles, you're allowed to keep your mouth shut. You don't have to raise the issue. But at the same time, people know where they stand, and you have these boundaries. You have these boundaries so that you can feel comfortable throwing these dinner parties, and you don't feel walked all over, because maybe the hostess also felt a lack of appreciation, where it's like, I'm providing all these amazing dishes for the adults, and then it's like, that's not enough. Like everybody, like your kids have to come over and like take everything. So I guess it wasn't like everybody's kids in the neighborhood. It was only like these, one set of kids coming up. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's better to let people know when you're annoyed than to just be an actor in a play and just be fake and pretend. I was recently at a dinner party where I don't go on Facebook that often. I mean, if I do go on it, it's very brief. But I was watching this person's Facebook page from afar, and I made a point of letting them know. I said, I just want to let you know from a third person point of view, like, completely removed from your situation in your life. This is how your Facebook page comes across. And I was like, this is how it looks, this is how it looks, and this is how it looks. And I just wanted to make you aware of that. And he was like, yeah, that's all pretty much correct. I'm like, okay. I'm like, as long as you're cool with it, I just wanted to let you know that's the conclusion that I was drawing from your Facebook post. And he didn't care, and everyone was like, wow. And it was a really interesting conversation, because I ended up cutting through all of the BS where everyone kind of learned something about him, and they were like, wow, okay. So it just, I don't really feel like I put people off by doing that. It was just, hey, I just want to make you aware. This is what I noticed about your Facebook post. Yeah, he didn't seem surprised. But anyway, yeah, I think it's important not to act like characters in a play. I think it's important to be authentic, cut the crap, and stop pretending and live in the moment. Sometimes the truth is really hard to believe. Three's Company was all about misunderstandings. I think almost every episode of Three's Company is just about some sort of miscommunication or misunderstanding. And so if the truth to a situation is long or drawn out, or it's this long, complicated story and it's really difficult to believe, that's not your problem. You tell the truth anyway, and then you find solace in the fact that you did speak your truth. And if the person doesn't believe you, that's on them. But your angels know you spoke truth. You're clear. Your energy's clear. Law of attraction's clear. Your soul is good. Karma's clean, right? So don't worry about that. Even things that are hard to explain, don't just like make things up or try to shorten it or give them an abbreviated version. Just tell them, the whole truth and let it percolate. That's all you can do. Control what you can control. If your truth is difficult to believe, maybe you're in a courtroom or whatever. Control what you can control, which is yourself. You can't control how they perceive you or how they take your truth. All you can do is speak it, right? Also, it's not that great to lie in order to spare someone's feelings. I had somebody who tried to schedule a last-minute appointment, and I was done doing readings for the week, and I was tired. I had done readings all week, filmed a couple of videos. I was really kind of fried. And this person wanted to schedule a last minute session and asked me to squeeze them in. And so I sat there and I was like, well, tomorrow's my day off. I guess I could take them on my day off. But I decided not to. I was like, no, I got a spa day planned tomorrow. I'm going to do the spa day. Now, when I was at the spa, I ended up going on Instagram and posting a picture of me at the spa. And I wrote spa day, #self-love. I put it on Instagram. And the first thing I thought was, wow, this makes me look really bad. This makes it look like I blew this person off, said I couldn't squeeze them in. The next thing they see is me at the spa on Instagram. It's like, oh, working hard, huh? Can't squeeze me in, but oh, you can squeeze in a massage at the spa. Whatever, Christine, what a douche. I sat there and thought about that while I was posting it, and I was like, nope. I spoke my truth. My conscience is clear. I was fried. I did work a full week. Does he know that? No. Do they know that? Yes. I didn't care if he saw that and how he perceived it, because I knew I was telling the truth, and I was solid and secure in that fact, because I know they know it, and I know they saw it, and they were cool with it. So I tend to care less what mortals think and more what they think. As long as I'm clean and clear with them, I'm safe, I'm protected, I'm aligned with truth, I'm aligned with the light, and I'm holding God's hand. I can't control how I'm perceived. I can't control it. I can't control if somebody, takes things the wrong way. He could have seen that post and been totally insulted. He could think I'm a total jerk. Not my problem. Not my problem. I feel really good about the work I did last week. Yeah, I don't want to be fried for readings anyway. It's better to wait than have me do your reading tired, right? Self-love, balance. Got to get refreshed for readings. Balance, scales. I have to be a total Girl Scout about the truth with professionals. Like everybody. Any professional I deal with, accountants, lawyers, whatever. Maybe they make, a suggestion to, cut corners or whatever. You say, oh, this might be easier if we just do it this way. Or, you know what, never mind. Let's just do it this way and it'll just be easier. I have to sit there and be a Girl Scout about the truth and say, I actually want to go about it the harder way. I want to take the harder, more difficult, more complicated route, because that's more aligned with the truth than this route. And I know I'm less vulnerable this way. I'm sorry, please humor me. This is the way it has to be done. And they do. They're totally cool. They're totally cool with it. But I notice that I have to do that with professionals, where if they suggest a path to take that isn't completely aligned with, being a Girl Scout about the truth, I gotta make sure it is. Because I'll feel better and I'll know that I'm safe and protected and everything is going to be okay. For me, it really is like letting go of the divine's hand. It really is. Like, if I lie to someone, I will feel like I just went boop and let go of the divine's hand. He didn't let go of my hand. His hand's always outstretched, but I let go of his. So when I let go of the truth, it's like I let go of the divine's hand, because he is the truth. So that's the dynamic that I see in my life. Now, I don't want to say it's like, oh, I got to tell the truth. I got to tell the truth. I'm scared. But it's just knowing for your highest good, it's better to tell the truth. That no matter what kind of twists and turns you're going to experience, at the end of the day, you're going to come out all right, because you're holding the divine's hand. No matter what people do, no matter what free will decisions they make that affect you in your life, no matter what mud gets thrown on your windshield, no matter what happens to you, stay aligned with the truth. No matter what. I also don't sugarcoat things. I allow people to hear the truth. Even if I feel like I'm being bold or in your face or imposing, I don't edit myself. It's better if I don't. It's better not to sugarcoat things, because then you're kind of bending the truth. Obviously, you want to be like diplomatic and polite. You don't want to be rude or abrasive or harsh on people. But there's a middle ground there between just like sugarcoating things and making things up and kind of trailing away from the truth a little bit, versus just being a little more bold, assertive, demonstrating personal power and speaking your truth in the moment. They don't want you to obscure the truth or bend it. And along those same lines, they do not like exaggeration at all. I filmed a video and I exaggerated one part of it, one small part of it, for dramatic effect. And it was a 30-minute video, and they made me reshoot it. They said, "You exaggerated." I said, "So? It's for dramatic effect, really?" And they said, "Well, it wasn't the truth. Like, your exaggeration wasn't the truth. It wasn't an accurate representation of what happened and what the truth was." And I was like, "Okay." And they're like, "No, we want you to reshoot the video." I'm like, I have to reshoot a 30-minute video because I exaggerated? And they said, "Yes, exaggeration is not the truth." So I reshot it. And I fixed it, and then everything was okay. But that like nagging feeling in my gut wasn't going to go away until I reshot it. Because at first I dismissed it. I'm like, no. I had to reshoot it. So I guess this is part of my spiritual boot camp, because they very much trained me to be like this. And so my life is better because of it. And that's why I'm trying to explain to you that this is for your highest good as well. Even if you're just in total deep doo-doo, it's always better to come clean. I watch what's going politically, and I'm like, no, I just like bury my face in my hands, and I'm like, no, don't lie. Like when I see all the lies just flying around with our government, I'm just like, gosh, you are just making a bad situation worse. You're just digging yourself into a deeper hole. It's like, face the music now so you can put it behind you and move on with your life. Oh my gosh, you're just attracting so much darkness to yourself, and your karma is just so in the toilet that it's like the sooner you align yourself with truth, the better. The sooner you speak your truth, the better. So knowing what I know about how universal energies work and, you know, the free will decisions that people are making, it's been pretty harsh for me to watch, but we have free will. We can do whatever we want to do. You know, we need to live our lives our own way. But these are just, you know, some thoughts that I had on lying, and just how the other side trained me to live my life, and what they're okay with and what they're not okay with. There's a lot they're not okay with. You know, I think they're pretty big fans of self-love, personal power, and self-assertion. And one of the things that I noticed is I have a tendency to want to apologize for the self-love thing. You know, telling somebody that you spent the day at the spa, people are going to be like, oh, must be nice, you know, as opposed to the kudos that you get, like, oh no, I worked all weekend. It's like, oh, you know, you get empathy and like, wow, she's a hard worker. She's got some serious work ethic. You know, she's a company gal. You know, she put her time in. She's a company gal. Type A. Yeah, get it done. Hard work. There's reward in that. And you get respect and compassion for having to work all weekend. Yeah. Right? And then, you know, you do an act of self-love or something, or self-indulgence, and it's like you have to apologize, or people are like, oh, wow, gee. So, you know, it's like audacious to treat yourself. So, yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance. And I've spoken about time management and finding that balance in past videos, where it's definitely work hard, play hard. They compartmentalize my day. They've had me like go to a party and stay there for 2 hours and say, okay, you got to be up early tomorrow morning for church. So do you feel like you socialized enough? Yes. Okay. Good night. Got to go to bed early. Need your beauty rest. Your body's a temple. So yeah, they manage that sleep schedule as well. Make sure I get enough beauty rest. So that's really all I wanted to share with you guys about lying. My advice is don't. So that's pretty much all I have to say. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.